Thank God we got Jim. We did everything. I hope everybody here will just
Never leave champagne in the back.
I hope everybody here will take it. I hope everybody here will take a moment.
Hey, shh, guys, shh.
Let's all take a moment and let's hope for the very, very best of Pam.
Agreed.
I've had this is not part of the script, but I'll tell you, I've worked with Pam for the last 14 months, along with Helen and Kevin and the food committee at Dana West Yacht Club. And it has been the most pleasurable group of people that I have been associated with to volunteer and work so hard. And she's a great team member. She's our leader. She runs the F&B. Let's all hope for the very best. All right, where was I?
You've always owned a boat.
Now I got to transition.
5 years old.
Long Beach Yacht Club.
Where were we?
Long Beach Yacht Club.
All
Or
right.
55 years later for 5 years old.
Thank you for the attorneys and the teachers and all you smart people. All right, here we are. We're at Long Beach Yacht Club in September. And this boat, 1969 Sportsman's what it's called, and another one was there. There's about 40 boats there. And all of the Bertram owners were just Googling and putting myself over these two boats. This one was not born a sportsman. The other one was. They were sitting back to back, and they looked identical. And all the skippers and captains are gathered around them, and we're saying, you know, which one of those boats, if you could pick one, would you take? And most everybody had the same answer, either one. The other one was a 1969 Bertram, the original Sportsman. This one was not. This one was called a sports cruiser, where Jim's sitting, it had a closed-in bow, had a wraparound windshield. You've seen one, it had 2 bucket seats, totally different boat. In 2012, somebody with some crazy money that lived in Newport took this one to Crystal Liner, who builds the Harbor Patrol boats and builds the lifeguard boats, and had this boat completely redone to a sportsman. The reason that was done is Dick Bertram, and I'll tell a little bit about Dick Bertram, but I want to tell this part, is I'm going to tell Dick Bertram part first. We'll go on to that. So Dick Bertram, for you sailors that are here, Steve Ernest, he was a very accomplished sailboat racer. He was accomplished in America's Cups in the 50s. And in the late 1950s, he was sailing in America's Cup. He always did the foredeck position, Dino. And he noticed a 20-foot runabout boat that was going faster than he had ever seen. And that boat was being driven and had been designed by a man by the name of Ray Hunt. This is before technologies, late 50s. Gets off the sailboat race, Dick Bertram, in Newport, Rhode Island, hunts this guy down, Ray Hunt, commissions him to build a boat in Miami. Ray Hunt flies to Miami, builds a boat for him. There's a very popular race in Miami, it still exists today. It started in the 50s. It's from Miami to Nassau, it's 187 miles. Dick Bertram had won that race several times, and he had done it in a world record time of 8 hours and 8.5 hours, roughly. And it was a really, you're going through the Gulf Stream, it's nasty water, it's rough. And back then boats were, they just beat the kidneys right out of it. So Dick Bertram and Ray Hunt built what was originally called a Moppy. It's a 31-foot wood boat. And Dick Bertram raced that boat in 1959 and shattered the record and did it in 4.5 hours. And it was done in this type of modification, which for decades revolutionized sport fishing boats and race boats. 24-degree dead rise hull. Dick Bertram named that boat Moppy, and it was named after his wife. Her name was actually Pauline. And the reason that if you see Bertram, you always see Moppy on the back, Moppy on the back. And the reason it was called Moppy, her nickname was Moppy. And the reason her nickname was Moppy She was the youngest of 3 children, 3 girls. And the 2 older sisters had really beautiful long straight hair. And she had really kinky curly hair. And her dad said to the mother, if you don't cut her hair, I'm gonna call her a mop. She looks like a mop. And it's stuck ever since. So all of his boats were called moppy. Now I gotta tell one more part of the moppy part. I have bet so many people over the years what original moppy was. Most everybody thinks an original moppy is this boat. It's not. It's the 31. Now the reason most people think that this is a moppy is because when Dick Bertram went into business after he built that 31 out of wood, he built another one the next year in his garage out of fiberglass. Because fiberglass was just coming into play in the 1960s. Took the boat to the New York boat show, New York City. It's a famous picture, Bobby sent it to me, of the 31 moppy going down 5th Avenue to the boat show. He got so many deposits and so many checks for boats at that boat show. He didn't even have a factory. On the 31 that he went back and he had to outlay $1 million in 1960 to build a factory. And he collected all these checks to build you a 31. And he said, I need cash flow. So he started building 20 first. And that's how most people assumed that the 20 was a moppy, but it was originally 31. So he's just trying to create cash flow. And this boat was built in his original factory in Hialeah on the Miami River, right by the Miami airport. Okay. Last part of the story. Most of us all today, if you go to Florida or you go anywhere around in the oceans, especially in Florida though, Australia, center console boats are very popular today. In the 60s they were not. They looked like cars. They had windshields like this boat originally looked. So Dick Bertram with Ray Hunt said, let's build a center console. Well, it wasn't a hot item then, so they only built less than 100 of them. That's why there's none of these out there. There's 5 on the West Coast, and I'll tell this just about. The guy that I bought this one from bought one out of Florida. This boat does 50 miles an hour, and Judy never screams as loud. And the one he bought does over 70.
Wow. So cool. We took this one out and fielded it up. And I thought I was going to scream because I thought it was going to be bad. I went, that's such a great ride. I was screaming.
The last thing I'd like to say to you is thank you for being here. You know, I look at the flags over the bridge. I look at the Virgin over the club. I look at all the faces on the dock. I'm so fortunate, but I want you to know this. I mean it. This is what my heaven looks like. And thank you for making it what it is. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Greg.
Still that 5-year-old.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you all everybody for being here. Greg, that was an absolutely wonderful background about Bertram. I'm sure nobody knew that. It was fantastic. Super great to know that. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Jim, and I'm super honored to conduct and officiate this unbelievably important ceremony today to rename a vessel. Renaming a vessel is usually considered bad luck in nautical in the nautical world. But if you do it properly, then the gods, and I say small gods, and we obviously are not honoring little gods, but the gods will bless the boat, its skipper, and its mate. So that's why we're here today. So we want to do this properly. So to be done properly, everyone must have drink, must have champagne, and if you don't get some, because there's going to be drinking involved for the rest of the day.
Okay, we'll get some.
I want to thank Greg and Judy for allowing me to do
We got everyone. Everyone needs a drink.
Hold on.
Everyone's
You know what?
champagne there.
Go, Mother, go.
We didn't all want bad luck.
We're good listeners.
Damn it. pausing. But that's okay, as everybody gets a drink. We want to begin, and this is part of the ceremony. It's very important that we all begin with gratitude. We're grateful for all that we have. Look where we live. Look at the things we have. Many of us have boats. We have friends with boats. We live in one of the most beautiful places in the world. We live where people come on vacation. So we're grateful for that. We're grateful to the harbor and all the harbor provides for us. The harbor, Kelly, thank you for the flags. It's wonderful, all the things that Kelly and her people do for us in the harbor. Dana West Yacht Club, Helen, all the things you do for us. Thank you, Helen. We're so grateful. Thank you for everybody for attending. And in a greater view, let's be thankful for where we live, our country, and all our troops and all the things that we're afforded by living here. So I'd like to ask everybody, if you don't mind, to face the flag. And let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we thank God, and we always thank God. We're going to be thanking little gods today because that's just a lot of fun. But we give thanks to God and for everything that He provides for us. So let's get started. Remember, it involves a lot of drinking. So in order to begin a ceremony like this, we need to make sure that the gods never recognize the former name or names of this vessel. We need to dename this vessel. So we will begin by denaming this vessel. Almighty and great ruler of the seas and oceans, to whom all ships and we who venture upon your vast domain are required to pay homage, implore in your graciousness to expunge for all time from your records and the recollection of the name Risa and all former names that this vessel has ever held. Risa will never, for now and forever, be recognized by the gods of the sea. It has ceased to be an entity in your kingdom. As proof thereof, we submit this ingot. Greg, the ingot. We submit this ingot, bearing her name and all former names, corrupted through your powers and forever be purged from the sea. Kelly, I'm really sorry. In grateful acknowledgement of your munificence and dispensation, we offer these libations to your majesty in your court. Champagne, please. We will pour a half a bottle of champagne from the east.
What?
Oh, we need to go out to sea. Forgot to go out to sea.
West, east.
From the east
I know, but
to the west. Everyone drink a toast.
Yes!
Got it. So now that we've officially named this mighty and great vessel, we now address Poseidon. O mighty and great ruler of the seas and oceans, to whom all ships and we who venture upon your vast domain are required to pay homage, implore you in your graciousness, and take unto your records and recollection this mighty and worthy vessel hereafter and for all time known as the Judy Diane. May you guard her with your mighty arm and trident, and ensuring her of safe and rapid passage throughout her journeys and within your realm. In appreciation of your dispensation and honor of your greatness, we offer these libations to your majesty and your court. We're More champagne, please. Oh, no, I need to drink it. And I need to pour it. Drink a toast. And now we will pour from the west to the east. Okay. Having appeased Poseidon, we must now take the next step and appease the gods of the wind. Now this involves a lot of champagne, folks, so make sure you have champagne. Almighty rulers of the winds.
Pass them that.
More about the boat.
It's a battle plan. Almighty rulers of the winds, through whose power our frail vessels traverse the wild and faceless deep, we implore you to grant this mighty and worthy vessel, the Judy Diane, the benefits and pleasures of your bounty, ensuring us of your gentle ministration according to your needs. Champagne, please. Facing to the north. Oh. To the north. Everybody face to the north. Where's Dino?
Hi, Dino.
Great Boreas, the exalted ruler of the north wind, grant us permission to use your mighty powers in the pursuit of our lawful endeavors, ever sparing us overwhelming scourge of your frigid breath. Everybody drink.
Drink.
And I've noticed I've thrown champagne to the north.
Hey, go south. This party is better.
You know, Dino, they just
Look,
mentioned
Don
you
Mike,
do look
Dino.
like the god of the north.
Great Zephyrus, exalted ruler of the west wind, grant us permission to use your mighty powers in the pursuit of our lawful endeavors, ever sparing us the overwhelming scourge of your frigid breath. Everybody drink.
Oh!
More champagne. I said west.
It was on me.
I meant east. I meant east.
Drinking now.
Okay, so now we're going to do east. Everybody have a drink.
East.
Grant us your mighty powers and spare us your overwhelmingly scourge of your wild breath.
Yeah, right?
Get low on bottles, let us know.
Ferguson.
Great notice, exalted ruler of the south wind, grant us permission to use your mighty powers in the pursuit of our lawful endeavors, ever sparing us the overwhelming scourge of your scalding breath. Drink.
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 Now, as a special homage to Neptune,
That's good shit. Don't pour that over.
everyone have another toast. And now, as a special homage to Neptune, we pour Neptune and Poseidon. Apologize, sorry, Poseidon. To Neptune and Poseidon, we take this red wine and offer it as a sacrifice for the safe passage and ever safety of the crew on this mighty vessel. Sorry, Kelly.
That's really good.
You're really safe. You're super safe, Greg.
It's hot, man.
Do we want this ship to be safe and well?
Yes, the
Drink
safety.
a toast, please. We now christen this mighty vessel.
We're gonna send them off to sea.
We take this champagne.
Yeah.
So they're leaving.
You going to the bow or doing the stern?
Yeah. Oh, that's a hammer.
Sorry, Kelly.
Sorry, Kelly.
Harbor cleanup. She's like, don't worry.
Now, this mighty vessel, the Judy Diane. The skipper and me are now permitted to bring any and all material bearing the new name on board this boat.
Judy, Diane.
And now, by the power vested in me by absolutely no one, I declare this mighty vessel renamed. Everyone drink a toast to the Judy Diane. And before I officially close this ceremony, I have two final Happy birthday, Greg.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Greg. Happy birthday to you.
And in order to finally and formally declare this
Yes.
vessel renamed,
Yes!
Jump in.
we will have the skipper jump in the
Jump
water.
Sorry, Kelly.
We're really sorry about that. That's polluting the harbor right now.
Most trash just went in.
I'm gonna get you down.
Greg. Smile, Greg. Happy birthday.
Thank you, everybody. Everybody.
See you at the club. I'll take you down.
So now, Greg, all the fish floated to the surface.
I was trying to save red wine.
Drink it, drink it, drink it.
Sorry, Kelly.
Wasn't in the plan.
Again.
Good one, Greg.
How's the water, Greg?